Man, I ain't gonna lie, this situation in Los Angeles, yeah, it got people talking crazy right now. So here's what's going on. There's been footage spreading online showing a protest happening outside a detention center in Los Angeles. Some people are calling it a No King's Day protest, basically a movement where folks are speaking out against authority, control, and government power. Now, on paper, that sounds like a regular protest. And in the US, yeah, people do have the constitutional right to peacefully protest. But here's where things start getting messy. Because the videos going viral, they don't all look peaceful. You got crowds yelling, pushing barriers, clashing with officers, and people online are like, hold up, this ain't protesting anymore. And that's where the internet splits into two sides real fast. One side is like, man, this is out of control. I'm not gonna lie, where's the line between protest and straight up chaos? People say they want less force, but then situations like this happen. And a lot of folks are pointing out something interesting. They're noticing protesters wearing helmets, shields, even gear that looks similar to riot protection. And they're like, wait, so it's okay when civilians use it, but not when police do? That contradiction? Yeah, people are calling that out heavy. Then you got the other side saying, hold on, don't just judge everything off a few clips. Not everyone out there is causing problems. Some people are just exercising their rights and got caught in the middle. And to be fair, that part is true too. Because in situations like this, things can shift fast. A peaceful protest can turn tense in minutes, sometimes because of a few individuals, sometimes because of how authorities respond. And that's the part nobody agrees on. Now, let's talk facts for a second. In the United States, the First Amendment protects peaceful protest. That means people can gather, speak out, and demonstrate. But the key word is peaceful. Once it turns into property damage, violence, or physical confrontation, that's when it's no longer protected the same way under the law. And that's not opinion, that's how the legal line is drawn. So now you've got people online saying things like, this isn't a protest anymore, this is a riot. Actions have consequences. If laws are broken, people should be held accountable. Others are like, why does it always escalate like this? Is there a better way to handle these situations? Are leaders doing enough to prevent this from happening in the first place? And then you've got the comments that go even further. People talking about stronger crowd control, water cannons, stricter enforcement, stuff like that. Now, just to be clear, methods like water cannons are used in some countries for crowd control, but in the US, they're extremely rare and controversial. So when people suggest that, it's more frustration talking than actual policy. And honestly, when you step back and look at everything, this whole situation isn't just about one protest. It's about something bigger. It's about trust. It's about authority. It's about where people draw the line between freedom and order. Because one group sees this and says, we're losing control. Another group sees the same thing and says, we're losing our voice. Same footage. Two completely different interpretations. And that's why moments like this go viral. Not just because of what's happening, but because of what people feel is happening. Some feel frustrated. Some feel unheard. Some feel like things are going too far. Others feel like they're not going far enough. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This situation, it's complicated. And the truth is probably somewhere in the middle like it usually is. But here's the real question people aren't agreeing on. At what point does a protest stop being a protest and become something else? And who gets to decide that?